morning. Hi there. This is Gilbert here. TRAXXfm, Tracks Momentum on our very special interview that we have for the day. Midweek, it is the 15th of January. And if you happen to be on social media platforms, well, we are on YouTube, TikTok, and also on Instagram. And remember, it is TRAXXfm official. But if you happen to be on our Facebook Live page, it is TRAXXfm. Today's topic on our very special interview that we have here, brought to you by the National Population and Family Development. And as you know, January 2025, Cervical Cancer Awareness Month of January it is. And our guest in the studios, we're going to talk to Dr. Halimatul Saadiah Mohd Aris, who is the Senior Principal Assistant Director, Human Reproduction Division, and that's the National Population and Family Development. A very good morning to you, Doctor. Welcome to TRAXXfm. Welcome to the studios. How are you today?
Morning, Gilbert, and morning to the listeners too. Good. I'm great today. Can't wait to get this going.
All right.
Yeah.
And Doctor, as you said, that month of January, Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. Just before we get into our questions, Doctor, probably just a little bit about yourself, Doctor.
Okay, so I'm Dr. Halimatul Aris, but usually people just call me Dr. Haley.
Oh,
okay. So I am with the NPFDB, or we can call it LPPKN. In Malay, it's Lembaga Penduduk dan Pembangunan Keluarga Negara.
Okay.
I was in Sabah previously, and I've been transferred to KL recently. So we are today promoting regarding cervical cancer.
Okay.
And January is the Cervical Cancer Awareness Month.
Okay, so cervical cancer, just to get to know a little bit about our topic today. Now, as we all know that January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, which is celebrated worldwide, not only here in Malaysia. Doctor, what are the roles of the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development through the National Population and Family Development Board in empowering the well-being of women against cervical cancer?
Okay, thank you, Gilbert. So it's true, January is the Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, and to share with everyone, cervical cancer has been one of the leading causes of the deaths of Malaysian women in regards to cancer.
Okay.
So we look at some data here.
Right.
According to Malaysian National Cancer Registry, 2012 to 2016, okay, cervical cancer is the third leading most common cancer among women in Malaysia itself.
Okay.
Okay, we're talking about 800 new cases per year, and this one is important, 41% of the cases that are detected are at late stage, stage 3 and stage 4.
Okay.
Okay, but however, when we look at the latest statistics from the Malaysian National Cancer Registry itself, the latest one is from 2017 to 2021, we have seen that it has dropped from the third place to the sixth place.
Okay.
Which is good news, yeah?
Yeah, it's
okay,
positive.
that's great news. So that's all because of these early screenings that we're doing, the promotion and the advocacy that we're doing. So it's showing that our efforts has been successful itself in Malaysia itself.
Okay.
And globally, yes, we do see that statistics. So now the question is, how can our screening decrease the number of the cancers detected? So through the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development, KPWKM, okay, through LPPKN, we have been actively combating cervical cancer with implementing our cervical screening program to a test called HPV DNA test.
Okay.
So it's a new method. It's used to detect early stages of cervical cancer.
Okay, so this is getting into our second question, actually.
Yes.
Tell us more about the new cervical cancer screening method, the HPV DNA test, which is implemented by LPPKN.
Okay, so HPV DNA test, if you see it in real life, I did not bring it today. I should have brought it, right, for the live people to see it.
All right.
So it's kind of like a swab. Yeah.
Okay.
So what it does is it's a self-testing, meaning the woman could do it themselves.
Simplified, easy.
Yes.
And yes.
I mean, what hinders women from taking this cervical screenings, the conventional one like Pap smear, will be their feeling of embarrassment or their fear of maybe it will be painful or uncomfortable.
Okay.
So this test would exclude that because it's a self-testing. It will be guided by a medical professional, and then they could do it themselves. So what they do is they detect a certain virus called human papillomavirus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the primary cause of cervical cancer. More than 90% of cervical cancer is caused by this virus.
Okay.
Okay, so if simplified, if the person is detected with this virus, it does not mean the person has cervical cancer.
Okay.
But it means that the person has a risk for
Alright.
cervical cancer,
Uh-huh.
or we could, if the person is detected with this risk, so we would put them on a follow-up and further
Okay.
investigations. Hence why somehow we could detect a person before the cancer is there, before the cell become the cancer,
Okay.
so we can catch them earlier at
Right.
that stage. So the age group that is most suitable for this screening is between 30 to 65 years old, as women in this group are at higher risk of developing cervical cancer.
Okay, so there you go. Very, very simplified and explained by Doctor itself. And we did have an interview previously, Doctor, and also HIV has also got this, self-testing. So
Yes,
people do not have to go out there, due to embarrassment. And I think it's the build-up of the stress and the tension
Yes.
that they go through.
Yes.
So things are made so easily, and as Doctor has explained, you can do the self-testing. That's already available and explained by Doctor herself. Doctor, since the implementation of this particular program from 2019 till last year, more than 1,000, I'm going to give you the numbers here to our listeners, more than 162,000 women have benefited and undergoing screening. Okay, so this is some of the initiative that's done by the organization itself. Now, out of these screenings, it says here that the figure shows that 10,582 cases were confirmed positive of high-risk HPV, which requires follow-up tests and further examinations. Now, as a result of the follow-up examinations, it says here that 135 cases were confirmed as precancerous and 17 cases were confirmed as having cervical cancer. So could you just explain on this statistics here that's been given, Doctor?
All right. So I would also add what we talked about earlier when we talk about what hinders women.
Yeah.
One of the things that you touched about is fear. Fear of what's going to happen if I'm positive.
Yes.
Yes, that's one of the concerns that women when they come in, because that build up, they're like thinking, oh no, what if I'm positive? What's going to happen? And so sort on.
Right.
So when you see these numbers, when you see these screenings, when you see the number of positive rate is around 7%, and globally it is around that range. Okay. But we're talking about high risk positive HPV. So for everyone's information out there, there is different kinds of HPV. Just like COVID, you know how COVID has their name like Beta, Delta. So as HPV. So HPV, their names are by numbers 16 and 18. So we do have this high risk HPV is HPV 16 and HPV 18 that causes more than 70% of cervical cancer is caused by these two types. Okay, so from the numbers you see here, these numbers, whenever they are positive, we're going to follow them up under LPPCAN, under our clinics. We're going to be referring them to tertiary center if that's needed. And they're going to be under proper follow-ups with specialists, with clinics, gynae clinics. And I think it's a complete circle. And I think when clients understand that, okay, if somehow I would be positive, I'll be taken care of and I'll be referred. If you could see here, we detected 135 cases that are confirmed as precancerous. So meaning before it even turn to cancer, because it takes time.
Yes.
Yeah, so we detected that. And unfortunately, we do have 17 cases that are confirmed as cervical cancer. So this kind of puts the importance here. Yes, we need to do the checkup. It's easy, it's there, and it's free under LPPKN. So take that chance and come and do it.
All right. And early detection is the utmost
Yes.
concerns here. Doctor, where could women access the HPV DNA screening test?
Okay, for all the ladies out there, women could do this in our clinics. So LPPCAN, we do have clinics. Our clinics are named Clinic Nur Sejahtera, and we have 50 of them all around Malaysia, across Malaysia. So the eligibility to do this test is number 1, Malaysian citizenship or permanent resident. Number 2, woman aged 30 to 65 years old, and women from B40 to M40 income groups. So LPPCAN has always been actively taking proactive steps. For women, we don't want anyone to be left behind, so we do have mobile clinics. It's like a bus, But inside the bus, we do have rooms that are super comfortable. So every state, we are always traveling. And I was from Sabah, so we're always traveling all around the districts so that no one is left behind. So for 2025, the target is to screen 32,000 women using this test. And the focus is, of course, to states which has high cervical cancer prevalence. So we're talking about Sarawak, Sabah, Pulau Pinang, and Perlis. So we will be continue collaborating with both governments and also private agencies to ensure that we could cover all the women that are in need of this test.
Thank you so much, Doctor. What we're going to do right here is we're going to take a short break, and Doctor has already explained just the overall of our topic today, which is, as you know, that month of January, Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, and with our guest in the studio, Dr. Halimatul Saadiah Mohd Aris, who's the Senior Principal Assistant Director, Human Reproduction Division, National Population and Family Development. So stay with us because we'll be diving into more questions when we come back. This is TRAXXfm on a midday. Gilbert here together with my producer, Zam. Back in a bit. Stay tuned. morning, welcome back to the show. This is TRAXXfm Momentum in the studios with our guests. A very special topic today, and just before we bring on our next topic, second hour of the show is, the topic of the day when we do our interviews for Momentum. Different days, different topics. Now, our special interview, this is the focus on January, month of January, Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. And our guest in the studios, we're talking to Dr. Halimatul Saadiah Mohd Aris, who is the Senior Principal Assistant Director, Human Reproduction Division, National Population and Family Development. Good morning. Welcome back once again, Doctor. How are you?
Morning.
All right. We were having this interesting conversation just now. Always off air is where you get all the info and details. And to our listeners, if you happen to be on our social media platform, we are on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. It's TRAXXfm official. And on Facebook Live, it is TRAXXfm. So talk to us if you'd like to say hello or probably good morning to our doctor here in the studios. Thank you so much, Doc, once again for being here with us and explaining Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, how important it is to our society. Doctor, moving on to our next question here. Now, what are the plans of KPWKM throughout the month of January in conjunction with Cervical Cancer Awareness Month?
Well, throughout January, every state will be holding their program in conjunction of the Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. It will be held various levels of the community level. We have, including in shopping malls, including the clinics, in the community halls, and so on. So some of the programs that's going to be held, in the recent days would be in Penang. I see here on the 17th of January.
Okay.
In Surah Al Mansur. We have in Johor at Dewan Sejora, Complex Penyayang Kempas on the 23rd. We do have in Perak, TLDM Lumut, Perak on the 25th, and also Sarawak. In CIDB Convention Center in Kuching on the 27th. But in regards to this, so nearby listeners could attend and join us. And most importantly, there will be exciting activities, and you can also get your HPV DNA test for free here. But if you are unable to attend, because of course it's just one day in a month, right?
Right.
Okay, you could really visit the nearest clinic North Jatra LPPKN. We have 50 of them. You could go to our website, www.lppkn.gov.my, and get to know the nearest clinic to you. Give us a call or just walk in. So get your HPV DNA tested there.
Okay, Doctor, is this where people can get the information and details related to the campaign? Is this the website?
Yes, you could get it there also in www.lppkn.gov.my or in our Facebook too, Lembaga Penduduk dan Pembangunan Keluarga Negara. All
right, thank you. And Doc, what are your hopes and probably anything that you would like to add for women of today? Women of Malaysia, it doesn't matter if you're a Malaysian or non-Malaysian, as long as you're listening to us. What are your advice to women out there?
Okay, so I guess working under LPPKN has given us this opportunity to meet women all over Malaysia and also outside Malaysia discussing about women's health.
Okay.
So it is our great hope that, for listeners out there, to reach out to us if you have any fear that hinders you from getting tested. The facts are all there and we're always seeing it social media. We're always hearing about it, right?
Yes.
But there must be some questions that maybe stop us from getting tested. So come over to our clinics, talk to our medical professionals. I encourage all eligible women to visit our nearby clinic. And also, if there's still some questions, you could visit us in our social media, Lembaga Penduduk dan Pembangunan Keluarga Negara. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, and you can visit our website, www.lppkn.gov.my. Okay, as I said, we are full circle. Okay,
right.
Meaning you come, you get tested, you get the knowledge, anything, a result will explain and will refer to you and get you further examination if it is needed, right? So I would like to take the opportunity also to remind the men also, and the husbands to also play their role to encourage, of course, their wives, their moms, or female family members, or even their friends, right? They could just say after this, I heard that in TRAXXfm.
Okay.
I think you know HPV DNA, something like that. So undergo early detection, because we have the opportunity to detect this even before it turns to cancer cells. So encourage early detection and we don't want you to be detected in a stage too late for treatment.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Yes.
There you go. So it's all there. It's all there for you. All the information and details that you need is in the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
And while early detection is always the best to overcome anything.
Yes, true.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Okay, well,
Thank you for having or being here in the studios. And to the people in the studios, a very good morning. Terima kasih to all the abang and the kakak here. And Sam, thank you so much, my man. That's my producer in the studio. So this is what we do in TRAXXfm. It's always about being aware, early detection, and the topics that we discuss here over on air. Very meaningful. So keep it locked in right here in TRAXXfm. Coming up, we've got news at 11 o'clock. And when we come back, interview of the day on Momentum today, midweek, the 15th of January. Back in a bit. Stay tuned.